Hi, my name is Molly Vanderwerf, and I'm here with Asha to share my story. My story really started back when I went to high school. I was born and raised in Portland, and I went to a private school for kindergarten to eighth grade, but attended a public school for high school. And didn't really know anybody. It was a huge school compared to my private school, so it was really intimidating. I really was focused on making friends more than I was focused on academics at that point. And things started out with going to parties and trying to make friends that way, and just kind of being as social as I could. So it was very innocent. As a teenager, I think a lot of people like to experiment. You're getting older, you're kind of trying to figure out who you are. And at my high school, it was just very common for people to use drugs and drink alcohol and go to parties. So initially, it did allow me to make a lot of new friends, and that was exciting. I think that for me, being young, I didn't really understand about mental health and just being kind of more predisposed to addiction. And so as I continued through high school, my substance use started to increase, and it became less of a weekend type of thing and more so of an everyday activity for me, in terms of smoking weed, especially. And sometimes I was drinking on the weekdays at school. And it was fun for a while, but it just kind of started spiraling out of control. I felt that I became very dependent on either getting high or using some sort of substance to change my mood, or to, have some sort of social activity that I did with other kids my age. But I started suffering, I think more so silently, with depression and anxiety. And that was really hard, because I didn't really know what was going on. I'd heard about depression. I didn't really understand like anxiety at that point in my life, but I was dealing with severe panic attacks. And that kind of came in the form of like, I would smoke weed, and then I thought I needed to go to the hospital because I felt like I was having a heart attack. And it kind of like morphed into an everyday hypochondria, of just like feeling like I was sick, feeling like I had, terminal illnesses. I went to the doctor a lot. My mom put me into therapy. My therapist put me on lots of, I would kind of go back and forth on different antidepressants and anti-anxiety, but at the same time, I was still drinking and partying, because that's kind of the friend group that I involved myself with. So it was really hard to get out of that. And especially when you kind of have a reputation of being somebody who likes to have a good time and party and always down to do whatever. And so that was kind of my high school experience. And it went on, until my senior year. I really wasn't doing too good in school. I almost didn't graduate because I was skipping class so much. And I think I had probably maybe 4 weeks before graduation. My birthday was coming up, my 18th birthday, a couple days before graduation. And my dad passed away, I think a week before that. So he had a heart attack and died that same day. So that was just kind of another, I mean, you can't put that into words, what that does, you know. So I mean, that really did change my whole life. And still to this day, you know, clearly. But I think because I didn't do well in school, you know, I didn't go to college, so I really was just like at home grieving, and just trying to make sense of my life, because it seemed to have spiraled out of control very quickly. And so that, you know, next 4 years about, I was just in and out of jobs. I was very, you know, obviously depressed. I was still using, you know, maybe not as much as I was in high school, but my coping mechanisms have always been drugs and alcohol. And so, especially with, you know, after having a parent pass away, it just, you don't really know what to do at that age. And later at 22, things kind of got out of control again, and I had a manic episode, and was very delusional, and I was up for days, and I was just not in my right mind, and no one really knew what was going on, but my mom ended up convincing me to go to the hospital. And I went to the psych ward. I don't know if you call it that anymore, but and I was there for probably two separate occasions, but probably 2 weeks total, and diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and stabilized, and went to an outpatient program where I was given my proper medication that I needed, and just kind of tried to rebuild my life from there, which, you know, there's so much to that, that I could talk about. But within the next, I would say, 4 years, I really got into mindfulness and movement and yoga, and just kind of allowing my body and my mind to reconnect. And I ended up getting certified as a yoga instructor because it brought me so much peace and change in my life, and it helped. It was like an additional tool to my medication. I'm 30 now, and I have not had another manic episode. So, I mean, lots of different tools that I've added have helped make that possible. But definitely, like, getting in touch with my breathing and my body and my mind is something that has helped drastically. And so that is kind of why I want to bring that to other people. Okay, so what we're going to do is just start by taking a deep breath in through our nose and hold, and exhale through our mouth and hold at the exhale. Good. We're just going to take some nice deep breaths from here, just normal breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. From here, I want you to inhale the arms up and exhale, bring them down to the ground. Now, if you'd like to, you can try and bring that forehead down to the ground, but just listen to your body. If here is fine, let's go ahead and stop here. Good, and exhale, we're gonna walk our hands back up to center. And you do not need to have your legs like this, crisscross applesauce, whatever is comfortable for you. From here, what we're gonna do is bring our right hand to the mat, and then our left arm is gonna go over for a little side stretch. And remember to breathe. Exhale, we're gonna come back and switch sides. Good, and exhale, we're coming back to center. Now this one, let's go ahead and bring the left hand to our right knee, and our right hand is gonna go behind us. We're doing a little twist here. Make sure you're bracing with your core. And if you'd like, if it feels good, turn your head around and look out over that back shoulder. Exhale, we're gonna come back to center and switch sides when you're ready. Good, and exhale, we're gonna come back to center. Let's go ahead and come to a tabletop position. So we're coming to all fours and we're making sure that our joints are stacked. So we want our knees to be stacked over the hips and our wrists to be stacked over the shoulders. And we're gonna do a few cat-cows. So we're inhaling to cow, maybe look up to the ceiling and stretch those eyes. And exhale, round the spine. It's a cat. Good, let's do a few more. And exhale. Good, we're gonna come to a neutral spine. Place our palms out a little bit in front of us. Tuck the toes under. And we're gonna push up to down dog. And if you'd like to, if it feels good, you can go ahead and pedal your feet. So we'll bend one knee and then the other. And you don't need to have your heels touching the floor if that is uncomfortable for you. Remember to breathe. Good. From here, we're going to drop our knees down and we're going to come back to a seated position. And let's go ahead and plant those feet on the floor. What we're going to do from here is we're just going to roll onto our back. So engage the core, and we're going to slowly roll down onto our mats. And let's hug our knees in towards our chest. So if it feels good, what you can do from here is maybe rock from side to side. Good. Exhale. We're going to bring those feet back down to the mat and take our right ankle and bring it to our left thigh for figure 4 or reclined pigeon. And what we're going to do here is hug that left leg in. So you're putting one arm through that little hole and you're going to be bracing that leg and bringing it in towards you. And exhale, we're going to bring those legs back down. Let's switch sides and hug that leg in. Good. Exhale, bring those legs back down, and we're going to hug our knees in towards our chest one more time. And we'll take a deep breath in through our nose. And on your exhale, we're going to extend our body straight, bring our arms above our head, and just take a full body stretch. And exhale, let's bring those arms beside us. Okay. What I want you to do is close your eyes and place your hands wherever they're most comfortable, maybe on your knees, or maybe just kind of sitting in your lap. Interlace your fingers. We're going to take a couple deep breaths in. So let's inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. As we do this, we're really releasing as we exhale. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Good. Now, I want you to pick a color. It can be any color, or maybe multiple colors. But it's a color that makes you feel safe, and it makes you feel warm and happy. I want you to imagine that there is a glowing ball floating above your head of that color. And what you're going to do is imagine you have a needle in one hand. And you're going to go ahead and take that needle and pop that glowing ball above your head. And it's going to release and come down onto the top of your head. It's a beautiful color. It might be your favorite color. And I want you to imagine it just engulfing your head and coming down over your eyebrows and your ears, your eyelids, the back of your head, your nose. If you want to, you can wiggle your nose and your mouth and your chin. And I want this color to be relaxing all of those parts. Deep breath in and exhale. And it's coming down to your neck, your upper back, your chest, and your shoulders. And it's just allowing your body to relax and receive comfort and security. It's going down your arms, to your fingertips. Let's wiggle those fingertips. Deep breath. It's made its way to your low back and your torso and to your hips. It's coming down your legs, to your knees, to your calves and ankles, and to your feet and your toes. Let's wiggle those toes. You're engulfed in this color, and you're safe and warm. And I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And just see yourself glowing in this color, in your color that you picked. Let's continue breathing. You'll carry around this aura for the rest of the day. When you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. So we're just going to stretch the neck a little bit, maybe roll the shoulders, and check in with your body to see how you feel. And I hope this was beneficial for you. And thank you so much for listening to my story today and doing a little practice.